Okay, seems that the technical problem has been solved, or is it going to be solved? Okay, then I think we can begin the event today. So, dear colleagues, dear friends, dear representative from European regions and European constitutions, MPs, colleagues from Catalonia, amics i amigues, benvinguts, benvingudes i bona tarda. Avui la delegació del govern davant de la Unió Europea celebrem la Diada de Catalunya d'una manera molt especial. És un acte que, malgrat o a causa de la Covid, hem de fer sobretot online, a distància, i no vull començar d'una altra manera més que desitjant i esperant que tothom qui ens esteu acompanyant i ens esteu seguint estigueu tots bé de salut i que estigueu bé malgrat la incertesa que ens imposen aquests temps. Bonsoir et soyez bienvenus à la délégation du gouvernement de la Catalogne auprès de l'Union européenne dans cette réception de la Fête nationale de la Catalogne. Goedenavond and welcome by the Delegatie van de overheid by the EU for the viering van de Catalanse Nationale Feestdag. Good evening and welcome to the delegation of the Catalan government to the European Union on the occasion of the National Day of Catalonia. Thank you very much for joining us today. Above all, I hope you and your families are well. Normally, you know, my friends, that this day, the Catalan Day, normally the SPY Catalunya Europa, this delegation is crowded with friends, with representatives from different regions, with colleagues from the European institutions to celebrate this special festivity for our country. Today, however, we have to adapt to the new situation imposed to us by the coronavirus, and that is why we are doing this mainly online. The pandemic has had a great impact around Europe, also in Catalonia, you already know, and since its outbreak, the Catalan government, as well as all governments, we have been launching measures to respond to the health, social, and economic emergency. Unlike other European regions, we are nowadays implementing policies in many domains to deal with the impact of the crisis on people's daily lives, to propel the recovery of our economy and to strengthen the health and social care system to make it more resilient. We are fully convinced that we are facing a global crisis that must be addressed under a strong coordination of all levels of administrations, and that must be taken into account that regional and local governments are at the forefront of the crisis. The European Union plays a key role, and we believe that now, more than ever, it is the moment to reinforce European integration, to reach more federal solutions, to allow all European territories to come out of the crisis on an equal footing. The Catalan government and society are working hard, very hard, since the outbreak of this pandemic to contribute to the European response to the crisis. In this sense, we shared our practices and experiences on COVID-19 to institutions, regions, think tanks, and all the stakeholders in order to build common strategies and to gain expertise, effectiveness at the local level and also contribute to the European level. We have no doubt that cross-border and inter-regional cooperation is essential to maintain the core of the European project, which is severely affected by COVID-19 crisis. Freedom of mobility and the objective of erasing borders and considering all citizens throughout the Union as Europeans in the same rights and welfare is necessary. So that the Catalan government wants to keep defending, promoting and practicing the principles of collaboration, subsidiarity and shared responsibility to overcome this crisis. In this sense, throughout this year, at this delegation, we have continued to promote the participation and cooperation of the general government, the Catalan government, among the European institutions, organizations and networks to advocate together for cross-border cooperation, enhance the common market and erase borders within Europe. Among these different initiatives, the Catalan government has launched the Intercultural Network Regions together with the Council of Europe and the Assembly of the European Regions. We have worked with the European Commission to explore synergies between the European maritime policy and the implementation of the maritime strategy of Catalonia, always prioritizing sustainability and biodiversity. We have also shared best practices with other regions, such as the National Plan for the 2030 Agenda or initiatives to boost the digital agenda. The Catalan society and its government are pro-European, and we want to be an active part of the construction of a more prosperous, sustainable and resilient Europe with an enhanced social justice. Nevertheless, in Catalonia the political conflict continues. There are 9 political and social leaders in prison with sentences of between 13 and 9 years, currently doubly isolated because of the COVID-19. 6, we are in exile, and dozens of politicians, academics, activists and public servants are facing legal proceedings in what is already defined as a general cause against the Catalan independentists. Not talking about this conflict, not discussing it, will not make it go away, nor will help to resolve it. From the independence movement, dialogue has always been demanded and promoted, and it seems that after many months, the dialogue table between the Catalan and Spanish governments could resume this September. But it cannot be ignored that it may coincide with a ruling from the Spanish Supreme Court that could dismiss the President of Catalonia, Quim Torra. In fact, it is another threat for a political solution. In this context, academics and members of the Catalan society have begun to promote a proposal for an amnesty law, with the main aim to allow a solution that takes the political conflict out of the courts and that returns it to the political arena that never should have left. Besides, we want, more than ever, to keep on working for the Europe that we need, an Europe concerned about its people and their rights and welfare, no matter where they come from, and an Europe aware of its diversity, which at the same time recognizes as its richness and its strength. The Catalan society and government will keep on sharing proposals and concerns so we can collectively contribute to overcome the challenges posed by the global pandemic, the climate crisis, the digital agenda, or the interculturality, and to achieve a successful recovery for all. Thank you once again to all our friends that have joined us today and with whom we've been collaborating, and I hope we will continue working together in the year to come. And now, I want to, after this brief speech, I want to explain how we will organize this event. And somehow our main aim today is, in spite of the limitations of the COVID-19, approach to you, Catalonia. And we thought the best way to do it is through gastronomy, through our landscape, through music, and through our people. So the first thing I invite you to see is a video made by the Catalan Tourist Board, which shows the diversity of our territory and its multiple landscapes, which provide us one of our main richness, the great variety of ecosystems, and therefore a wide range of food products and a delicious cuisine that we love to share with everyone. I els que sou a casa, els que ens esteu seguint des de casa, segurament ja ho coneixeu, però estic segura de que us agradarà. I només dir-vos que espero que serveixi perquè sapigueu i tingueu molt present que nosaltres des d'aquí us tenim molt presents a tots vosaltres. Molt bé, com podeu veure, ara estic a l'Espai Catalunya Europa, on avui també aprofitem per inaugurar una exposició, l'exposició Catalunya, 7 milions i mig de futurs. We are happy today to open this exhibition, Catalonia 7.5 Million Futures. This exhibition is an updated version of the one that was originally presented at the Palau Robert in Barcelona in early 2019. Catalonia 7.5 Million Futures visualizes how the Catalan territory is doing today from an economic, cultural, educational, social and political perspective. Data, curiosities, metaphors are used to present Catalonia to European and international citizens. You will see that in the selection of contents of this exhibition, the pre-European stance of Catalonia has been taken into account, as information that we can find here is closely linked to the current debates that are taking place here in the European Union, such as the 2030 Agenda. I would like to introduce to you the curator of the exhibition, Quim Torrent, who will be able to talk a little bit more and explain you about the exhibition and show you the main contents. Quim Torrent is a Catalan journalist with a wide and a strong knowledge about Catalonia and how to explain it. He has worked for the main media of the country, has occupied positions of responsibility in different departments of the Catalan government, and nowadays he's a communicator manager on a Catalan organization of civil engineering and works as a communication advisor. Quim Torrent, thank you very much for being with us today, and the floor is yours. Benvingut, Quim.
Bona tarda, moltes gràcies, delegada. Good evening. Thank you for joining us today. We know we have viewers not only from Brussels, but also from across Belgium and Catalonia. I would like to thank the confidence of the Government of Catalonia in Brussels for trusting in the contents of this exhibition to explain Catalonia to Europe, to concentrate the essence of what we are, what we do, how we relate, and the expectations we as Catalans have in only a few meters was a great challenge. We hope it meets your expectations. I'm going to highlight only a few aspects of the display, as our intention is for you to visit and enjoy it. In this sense, the exhibition tries to explain the social and economic changes that Catalonia had experienced in the last 25 years. In fact, the slogan 7.5 million futures is inspired by an institutional campaign of the Catalan government in 1987. We are 6 million. For the first time in its history, Catalonia reached 6 million people. Such as the present one, that campaign was based on the hope of an even better future for Catalans. I would like to start, as you can see, talking about the exhibition with the map of Catalonia, because it is one of the unpublished pieces in the exhibition, and it was created specifically for the edition of the exhibition here in Brussels. It is an original map that intends to explain the dialogue between the great metropolitan area that we have, Barcelona, and the rest of the Catalan territory. This map contains a lot of information presented in an original way. It is a map about the activities on the territory. It shows how cities and the countryside relate, so the visitor can get an idea of the territorial complexity of Catalonia. Catalonia could not be understood without this dialogue between cities and natural protected places, or between cities and agriculture areas. No? You will find this map in the center of the exhibition. You will be surprised to find some households territorial with us wants to explain the social complexity of Catalonia. I will not explain more, let visitors find out. No? The exhibition is full of references to how Catalonia has changed in the last 25 to 30 years. The piece of the heart, for example, will be found to be related to the Olympic Games in Barcelona 1992. It is a representation of the great leap in modernity in Catalonia between 18th and 19th and its social consequences. Another important aspect we want to highlight is how language and culture define as a community, as a nation. We do this an open and modern condition, considering language as an instrument and not as an aim itself. Language is an instrument of culture and at the same time is an instrument of social cohesion. The visitors will see how it is possible to protect and promote Catalan language and at the same time, for example, be world leaders in publishing books in Spanish. Barcelona is the capital of Spanish edition. Many other pieces of the exhibition explain the social, economic, or cultural situation in Catalonia. And I invite you to discover the details of the exhibition. I can explain more. Also, we have a game. We want to ask visitors about the future of Catalonia and the future of Europe. The idea of the common future for Europe is in the DNA of Catalans. That's why we want to ask visitors about their expectations as European citizens. Finally, I would like to mention that this exhibition that was conceived before the COVID pandemic. However, the last piece of the display speaks about health and solidarity through donation and transplantation. I think this message is also applicable these COVID times. Solidarity among people is a source of health and quality of life. That's the message of the final piece that you could see after the game. This is the piece. This is the final piece of the exhibition.
Moltes gràcies. Moltes gràcies, Kim. Thank you very much for your explanation. And we want to encourage our invitees, the audience, to visit this exhibition. It will be here in the Catalan delegation in Brussels from Monday to Thursday from 10 to 2 p.m. and from 3 to 5 p.m. and on Fridays to 10 to 3 p.m. And of course, if you are here in Brussels before 13th of November, this exhibition is worth to visit. I si sou els catalans que viu aquí a Brussel·les, sabeu que la delegació és casa vostra, per tant, sentiu-vos sempre convidats a visitar-nos i convideu també els vostres amics a visitar aquesta fantàstica exposició. And now, I would like to invite to join me the director of the Benelux office of the Catalan Tourist Board, Imma Ballestín, because during this last week you could participate on a quiz about Catalan wine and gastronomy organized by the Benelux office of the Catalan Tourist Board. And together we are going to announce the winner of the quiz. Hello, Imma, and thank you for the good job you have done with this quiz.
Gracias, Meritxell. Thank you very much. Most happy to help you in this very special mission of choosing who is the lucky winner. So just to let you know the prize is not virtual, it's a real prize. The prize, what better as a prize for a quiz about gastronomy and wines in Catalonia than gastronomic and wine experience. So the prize is a visit to the winery Celler Abadal. The winery Celebració is located in the very heart of Catalonia, in the region of Albages. They produce fine wines with the denomination of origin Pla de Bages, of course, but they also organize fantastic activities related to the wines and the vins. So the prize is a visit to the cellar, and that comprises a walk through the vineyards, a guided walk through the vineyards, and also a wine tasting with other local products. So we are going to choose the winner.
There has been quite a lot of participants, 46 if I'm not wrong, and 24 were able to answer correctly the answer. So here there are 24 numbers, and Emma's going to share.
I'm going to choose one of the papers. We will see the number, and then we will see
who's the winner.
Who's the winner? So number 3, which corresponds to Antonio Valdemar Roig. So Antonio,
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
yeah,
Antonio.
You have 1 year. Thank you. So Antonio Valdemar has 1 year to visit Catalonia and to visit the cellar, and we hope he will be able to go there soon and enjoy the experience.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Emma. Thank you all your team for organizing this fantastic quiz and to collaborate to make this Diada a little bit more special. And now, of course, we want to invite all the audience to discover and taste the wines and the gastronomy of Catalonia, not only the ones on Abadal, which are excellent, and the Pla de Bages, but all the different wines and the diversity of wines that are produced in Catalonia. And next but not least, now it's the moment that we will listen to the Minister for Foreign Action, Institutional Relations and Transparency of the Government of Catalonia, Mr. Bernat Soler. He will be addressing to all Catalans living abroad, as well as everyone else celebrating the National Day of Catalonia. His speech will be followed by the El Cant dels Ocells, the song that Pau Casals made famous with his instrumental version, performed by Carlos Cano and clau de jazz. In 2020, we celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Orchestra Pau Casals, created in Barcelona in 1920, and which became one of the most renowned orchestras of his time. Pau Casals led the orchestra himself and conceived its activity in a popular way, offering affordable fares that brought music closer to working-class families. The repertoire included Bach, Mozart, Beethoven. The activity of this orchestra was interrupted in 1936 due to the military coup in Spain. Pau Casals inspires us always. He was a well-known peace activist and represents the European values that Catalan society shares. The culture of peace, a society diverse and open to the world, and the strong and permanent will of dialogue and understanding.
En nom del Departament d'Acció Exterior, Relacions Institucionals i Transparència del Govern de la Generalitat, volem desitjar-vos una molt bona Diada Nacional de Catalunya. En primer lloc, permeteu-me traslladar un agraïment als més de 330.000 catalans d'arreu del món que conformeu aquestes 140 comunitats en 34 països diferents, per explicar Catalunya dia rere dia arreu del món. La Diada Nacional de Catalunya també ha de ser motiu per a renovar els nostres compromisos. El nostre compromís amb el país, amb la llengua, amb la cultura, amb la nostra història. Un compromís també amb la democràcia i els valors humans. I finalment, en els moments complexos que vivim, un compromís amb el futur. Des del Departament d'Acció Exterior, Relacions Institucionals i Transparència, tenim molt clar que ens hem d'explicar al món. Ho hem de fer d'una forma global i també ho hem de fer més i millor. Per tant, des del Govern de la Generalitat, desitjar-vos una molt bona Diada Nacional de Catalunya.
To conclude this reception, we will introduce the band Carlos Cano and Clau in jazz style, that will perform a small part of its repertoire for all of us. I think that they represent well the fusion of the Catalan music, which is made with sounds from different roots and shows the rich cultural diversity existing in Catalonia. We are very happy to announce that this is the first time that we will be listening songs of Carlos Cano performed in Catalan. Carlos Cano is a key figure to understand the last decades of popular music. As a songwriter, he added sounds from Cuban music, tango and fado and the cobla. Also, he was an activist and an artist committed to social movements, whose message is still up to date in the present. Cano was from Granada, but he felt a special connection with Catalonia through the movement known as Nova Cançó, which in English means new song. That mainly were protest songs to denounce the oppression imposed by the Franco dictatorship. He discovered Catalonia thanks to Lluís Llach, Paco Ibáñez, or Marina Rossell. In fact, Cano lived in Barcelona, where he worked as a builder in a moment when Catalonia was growing and there was a lot of labor demand. Also in Barcelona, he discovered an Andalusist demonstration how was the Andalusian flag, which was banned at that moment by Franco. The band of Carlos Cano and Clau looks back at his work and merges it with the musical background of Julia Valle, composer, arranger, and cellist, considered one of the most relevant jazz icons in Barcelona and Europe. Alongside her, there is Rousseau Sala, voice and guitar, Néstor Jiménez, piano, Ido Pons, saxo, Sandrine Robillar, cello, and Dani Domínguez, drums. The band is a co-production by Barna Sanz, Taller de Músics, and Carlos Cano Producciones. I hope you will enjoy it. And of course, I want to finally wish you a very happy Catalan Day and hope to see you all very soon. Moltes gràcies a tothom, a tots els catalans i catalanes que ens heu pogut seguir avui en aquest acte online. Esperem que l'any vinent ho puguem fer, com sempre, aquí, aplegats a la delegació. I sapigueu, ho he dit abans, insistir que la delegació és un punt de trobada, és casa vostra, dels catalans i catalanes que estem presents aquí a Bèlgica i al Benelux, i espero de tot cor, com he dit abans, que vosaltres i les vostres famílies estigueu tots bé i que entre tots ens seguim cuidant. Només vull acabar amb un visca Catalunya i fins molt aviat.
Abril que ens fa cantar, abril, flor de la vida i flor del cor, abril que ens fa sentir, abril que ens fa somiar, abril, la primavera ja es desclou. L'estel fou a l'abril fou l'amor, com dia enmig de roses despertar. Tota la soledat es va cobrir de flors i una cançó per l'aire s'escampà. Igual que una oreneta va endinsar-se en el mar, igual que una oreneta un gran amor s'emportà i em va deixar un dolor intens per cantar i la lluna d'abril per oblidar. Aquell estel tan blau dels teus llavis, la flor va alçar-se quan l'albada es va estremir. On mor el mar dels ulls, allà et vaig estimar i amb el teu cos de l'os em vaig unir. Abril que em fa existir, abril que em fa cantar, abril, la primavera ja es desclou. Abril que ens fa sentir, abril que ens fa somiar, abril que ens durà al cor un nou amor. Igual que una oreneta va endinsar-se en el mar, igual que una oreneta un gran amor s'emportà i va deixar un amor intens per cantar i la lluna d'abril per oblidar. Igual que una oreneta va endinsar-se en el mar, igual que una oreneta un gran amor s'emportà i em va deixar un dolor intens per cantar i la lluna d'abril per oblidar. va alçar-se quan l'albada es va estremir, on mor el mar dels ulls, allà et vaig estimar, i amb el teu cos de l'os em vaig unir. Abril que ens fa existir, abril que ens fa cantar, abril la primavera ja es desclou, abril que ens fa sentir, abril que ens fa somiar, abril que durà el cor un nou amor. Igual que una oreneta va endinsar-se en el mar, igual que una oreneta un gran amor s'emportà i em va deixar un dolor intens per cantar, i la lluna d'abril per oblidar. Igual que una oreneta va endinsar-se en el mar, igual que una oreneta un gran amor obrin les portes de la vida i s'omplin els rius de gallombes que repiquin campanes, que és blanca com un nap, d'efecte perfum delicat, fugint verí, serps i espines, que al món no hi ha un sol enamorat, que al escuchar tu voz no se detenga. Era malva loca de querer. Cerveza en la boca, los ojos café. Y qué bonita pintaba la ilusión. Y qué bonita cantando en su balcón. Regaba la rosa, regaba el clavel. Y entre copla y copla soñaba con él. Era la alegría de las Ramblas, corazón. Armaba el taco, era la revolución. Virgen de peineta y de mantilla, pluma de abanico torbellino. Ay, virgen como Carmen de lirio. Ay, se fue vestida de día. Ay, se fue vestida de sol. Ay, se fue, las malas lenguas decían que el fuego la prendería, el fuego del corazón. lejana cometa de fuego. Que la primavera sube al cielo y un ángel malo le estará cantando adiós. Ojos verdes, María de la O. Fue libre en la duda, libre en el te quiero. Libre, 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 como el viento. Y pago el precio de vivir. Y la alegría la pagó con la moneda amarga del limón. Ay de quien no sienta la cabeza y entre nubes de sueños se pierda. Dios lo salve de la clase media.